Hello and welcome to the first video of 2026, and it's been over a month because I did have January off essentially, but I was working on this project and we're back in Planet Zoo for Dudley Zoo, which is very local and it's quite a large location. It's all built on a hill around a historic castle, and it has two transport rides that take you up the hill, and we're actually going to start on one of those, which is the chairlift, which the chairlift in Planet Zoo isn't quite as sort of traditional as the real one. It's just more of these like suspended, it's essentially a suspended monorail gondola ride, but this has to do because it's the only suspended transport ride, and with the stations it kind of looks the part, and it does go over one of the monkey enclosures. I had to put Japanese macaques in here I think, but they're supposed to be gelatas. I'm not really sure how to pronounce them, but you'll see like another monkey enclosure later on which has these as well, and again it's supposed to represent a different type of monkey. So this is the entrance to the castle, which is the big historic structure in the middle of the park. Yeah, it's got a cafe, it's got a turret that you can actually walk and get a bit of a view across. Well, in real life, Dudley Town Centre, you're not really going to see much of that in the game, it's just sort of countryside. But it's a really nice view from up here. Yes, you sometimes have a bit of trouble walking up the stairs in first person mode. So yeah, but this is the view. You can see you've got Reptile House down there, there's like an old cottage building, and you can see there's a transport ride which is a land train, which I had to use the train and cover over the track with like a fake path, so it acts as a land train. And you've also got, there we go, meerkat enclosure down there as well, and the two other ruined turrets just in front, but yeah. So there we go, that was the turret, and this is sort of like a chapel style part of the castle. It's very similar structure to Warwick Castle really. You've got all the buildings on the one side, and then you've got castle creatures, which you can see some of the royalty who used to occupy the castle, and you've got some history of when they used to live in there. You've got a model of the castle in the middle, when it was damaged. There was a fire that destroyed the castle during the Civil War, and that's why it ended up being ruins. And in this model, this is what it's supposed to look like. It's a very basic version, but you can see how there used to be like a little row of little houses where people used to live. And because this is Castle Creatures, it does feature various different small animals and exhibits. Now, there should be, I think it's supposed to be ants in this enclosure, but I had to put spiders in. Yeah, there's one down there. Sometimes it's a bit hard to see the animals in the exhibits, especially if you've only got a window on one side of it. Yeah, I had to put beetles. There should be like house mice in the enclosures on this side, but yeah, the enclosure animals, the exhibit animals are very limited in this game, so the beetles was basically the closest I could find, and that, yeah, it's not very close. But I always say in these Planet Zoo ones I have to improvise, and I did, because they're on offer. I did decide to actually get the rest of the DLCs that I didn't have, but yeah, now like I don't have to sort of, I can just look on Planet Zoo Wiki and find the animal that I think looks the part, if it's not the exact one, and it means that I've got access to all the animals. I'm not going to get Planet Zoo 2, but yeah, I did get the last few DLCs. So yeah, now you go through the corridor, and it's just sort of a castle themed corridor. There's some artwork, like stained glass windows and stuff. And then, yeah, this is the Bat Cave. So it's not one of in real life, it's not like the one at the West Midlands Safari Park where you've actually got bats flying around. I should have built that really in the Safari Park. But it looks nice. It should be a lot darker as well, but you'd have to change it to night time. But yeah, it's supposed to just be one where you look through glass. But these walkthrough exhibits, there is another one. And in real life, neither of them are walkthrough exhibits. The other one's the sloth. But you can't, as much as it says like you can make a walkthrough exhibit that you don't actually have to walk through, you can just make it so the staff can walk through. If you put an information board, it'll say it's too far away and the guests won't really stop and look at it. So it actually just works better to just make it a walkthrough. And yeah, you got the rest of the castle. The bits where there's interiors, they just put a roof over it. The rest of it is just the castle ruins, so it's just an empty shell with no roof, just sort of you'll get like the outlines of windows and you'll get just piles of rubble. Yeah, and then you come out of the castle, the back entrance, it is a lot smaller, the back entrance, and you've got the sea lions, which kind of, it should be one enclosure where there's like a gate in the middle that they can flow through, but most of the time it's shut, so it kind of just worked better to make this two separate enclosures, just both with sea lions in. But yeah, so they've obviously got water, they can go swimming, and then just a little bit of land around the edge. Not too much, so it is mainly just water. And yeah, you can see the second half here, which yeah, you only really see them as two separate ones. I think it's just because the different sea lions have to live separately in real life. So I was going to try and make it so they could swim underneath, but it kept saying they escaped, and it kind of just looks more realistic the way it is. And in here you've got the smaller monkeys. I'm not sure what type of monkeys these are in real life, but I don't think they're the same type as the ones here. And there is a red panda enclosure, which you get a much better view of from the other side, because when you go to the other side of the where the giraffes are, the other side of this mound, which is supposed to be a slope down, but the hill's not as steep as it is in real life, so it's not as tall, because of the way the chairlift was. So I just built a mound in the middle, so when you go to the other side of there, I did manage to get some footage of the red pandas, but you can't see them from that side. And then, yeah, I don't think they're in here. Yeah, they're just climbing around. And it should be like a mesh type enclosure, but the problem is you can't put a roof on an enclosure like that, as in you can put like mesh panelling on it, but the thing is the animals can climb up the mesh, and then they won't, if you put like a mesh roof on it, they won't interact with it, they'll just climb right through it, like just clip through it, so you just have to put glass walls on. But it's the right shape, it's got the custom building at the back rather than like just a generic shelter. understand there's a sort of, well, there's quite a few different types of birds in this area. These are swans. I think there are a type of bird in here, but I think they're just sort of, they can just kind of fly in and out of the zoo, and that's just like a pond that's set up for them. But of course in this it has to be an enclosure. There's no flying birds in this game. I mean, yeah, they have peacocks and they don't fly, so this is supposed to be a parrot in there, but I had to put peacocks in. And then into the penguins, the back of the castle, with a nice, you know, background of the turret. And yeah, there is one there. I think I can only spot one penguin for some reason, but yeah, there's supposed to be a lot more than that. But yeah, I've got water on that side and then land on the other side. And here with meerkats, definitely a staple of UK zoos. I mean, you see them everywhere, so they're not as unique really. I guess they're just easy to look after. And kids like them. You know, you've got that rock which they don't really climb up, but they're supposed to. And this is a reptile house, so you've got some either terrapins or small turtles in there. This is the one I think I do manage to spot one. Again, because the windows are so, like, if the windows are only on one side and they always hide in the same place, you can't spot them. That's how small they are. It's one there, it's a type of newt. And then you've got some more newts in here. I know exactly where they are, they're always behind that tree. But you never really get a good view of them because of, because they're always hiding. I should have spun the enclosure really once I found out where they always were. Once you come to the other side, you start to see the animals are a lot more clear. You've got a giant snake, and there's an iguana, or two iguana. You've got another snake. It's a little bit harder to spot, but yeah, it's wrapped around that tree. You've got, I think this is a horned viper because of the quite large head with horns. There's a snake in there. Yeah, when they're in the desert, they're a lot easier to spot. Yeah, you got some tiny tortoises in there. Again, I don't think Active fries as much in there. Like they are a lot closer to them all being the real species. And then yeah, this is like a main large enclosure with some Well, they don't get an interspecies bonus, but they are fine to live with each other. The giant tortoises and the crocodiles, because you don't have giant turtles in Planet Zoo 1. So more snakes in there. More iguanas. I tend to put more than one animal in the enclosure. With the exhibit animals, I think like a lot of the time with the snakes and the iguanas, you can only really have 2 maximum. And there's I think it's another type of lizard. It's hiding somewhere. Oh yeah, it's under the rock. And that's the reptile house. So then we're going to get the train, the land train, which is going to take us to the bottom of the hill. Yeah, you get on just next to the cottage and it takes you down to where that sort of... I did build it like just a replica of the old entrance, so you can see it. It's a much nicer entrance than the main one. So you can see how we had to tie it up with rocks at the side so it kind of blends with the nature there. And it looks like a path, it doesn't look like a track at all. But yeah, you go past a few different animals as you go down here, and then we're going to go up the hill again around the side, basically go around the edge and back to the entrance. So here we are, the flamingos are the first animal up the hill. And they've again got a large water area as well. Yeah, so just like you've got, I think there's some animals need water, some don't. It normally comes under like the space, the terrain kind of area. Yeah, these are one of the ones out of the new DLC that I bought. It's just another type of macaque. They've just got a different... Well, the only visual difference really is they've got different fur. But I imagine they are a different type of species because I don't think colour really comes into the different animals. Like gun spawning. Because this is just made a sandbox. But you still have to think about a lot of management, even if you change the settings. And then, yeah, you've got smaller tortoises in there. Yeah, that was supposed to be a staff pathway, but because it wouldn't let me just put a staff pathway there connecting over the track, some people will just wait over the track and then it'll look like they're getting run over by the train. Yeah, because if there's like one person walking over a path, the train will actually stop. But if there's always people there, the train will just go right through. It'll just clip through. It's more of a visual thing, but they shouldn't really be crossing over it there because it is supposed to be a train that only the staff can cross over to get to the animals. But yeah, this is again the macaques, the exact same type as the ones under the chairlift. You can see them in the distance. That is the thing, like. Some of the animals you only really see in the distance, but they have got a nice themed tower at the back, which is part of like the play area in real life. But it's just a bit of theming to add to the enclosure. Kiki over here. Again, like the birds are quite limiting in this game, so you've got to think about which one you're going to choose for whatever enclosure. But yeah, the Kiki, I guess, work the closest for these. And then yeah, you got Kiki again, which again, pretty certain it's a different type of bird, or I think they're supposed to be owls, and they might, because I do look at the map of the zoo to find out which animals are where. Like here, you've got armadillos, which are there in real life, and I've sort of got this strange outdoor area that kind of goes out. In real life, it's sort of above, but in here, because of the terrain, it kind of goes out just there. It's a very small area that goes outdoors, but it kind of goes out and above the, it kind of overlooks the Wolverine. And you've got a crane in here, which, again, I can't remember like a lot of what these enclosures are, the different bird ones, because again, I just kind of look at the map and then I'm like, what can I use as an alternative, because it's most likely not in the game. Yeah, but like here, the Wolverine, they're sort of in this area. I couldn't spot any while I was looking. And I think that because it kind of dips down to the ground, and I think they're all hiding. Looks like it might be in the, is that like a food section or a plant? It's hard to tell. I don't know, it might not have actually been the Wolverine. And then here you've got the Arctic fox, which very clearly you can see. Yeah, when you've got this mound, it kind of like, if they go behind where it dips down, right behind it, you can't really see them. And this is lucky, you've got the snow leopards, and you can see them quite clearly, even though they're quite small compared to the big cats. They're right sort of in front of the fence. Well, they're sort of in the middle, but they're kind of like in one of the climbing frames there, so it's a clear view from the fencing. And yeah, try and go back and get a view of the Wolverine, but it's difficult to tell. Yeah, maybe it was them then, because I can't see anything over that bush now. What is clearly here is the Bengal tiger, which is one of the most popular animals, I'd say, in Dudley Zoo. I'm not really sure where the other one is. I think it might be in the shelter. And then you got the bush dogs just there, which they should have had if it was supposed to be like sort of on a bit of raised terrain. They should have had a bit of a mound, really. yeah, you sort of, I'm glad because the shelter's got this wooden bit, because I only normally use the generic ones, so it's got that panel so you can't really see through, but it is good that it has an extra window next to it, so you can still see them from this angle, even if it's not when they're in the shelter. And then yeah, this is the links, and there's a dome there. It's a shame, like, as a player in the game, you can't look through the dome, and you can't like see what it looks like from in there. But you can. There's like a view you can put, like a camera view, as if it's a security camera looking round. But you can't just go in there because it's like a teleporter. But the guests can use it. I don't know if they ever have actually in this, but they can. And the links can sort of climb around them. And then just here you've got the giraffe, which I'd say the largest animal at Dudley Zoo. I think they might all be in the building or at the other side at the moment. And you've got the red pandas, which I believe you do see from this side. I mean, the red panda, like not seeing the wolverine potentially is kind of realistic, because sometimes at the zoo you won't see certain animals. The red pandas are definitely one of those. It's sort of a 50-50 chance you'll see them when you go. I've seen them a few times. They've got two at Dudley Zoo, they've got two here. But yeah, there's one luckily right next to the glass down there. And as much as the structure's a little bit different, you can go into my very sort of custom. It is a custom building for the giraffe. It's quite simplistic, but it was just to sort of replicate that it does have a very specific sort of building. But yeah, nice zoom in on the giraffe there. And then there is one in the inside the actual building. Yeah, sort of, they've got different types of feeders that they're all sort of so they can be up high foraging. Yeah, just sitting down. Yeah, they're all in this sort of smaller field for some reason. They've got all that space at the front. And then these are capybaras, very popular at the moment. And then you've got tapirs next to them as well, which they tend to sort of live with. This is, I can't remember what this is called. I think they've moved these temporarily, because I think they're sort of swapping some of the enclosures around in Dudley Zoo at the moment. But this is where I built them based on the reference I was using. I can't remember what they're called, but they're sort of, I suppose, lesser known animals really. And then yeah, here you've got the tapirs. I love tapirs. And the noses are actually classed as trunks as well. So because people, understandably most people would say elephants are the only animals with trunks, but no. They are classed as trunks because they're long noses and they're part of the top lip, and that's what a trunk is. That was pushing a barrel. They're like food compartments. You've got wallabies in here. The fence, the border around this is really high because one escaped and it went like for miles into the distance. It somehow like got off the edge of the hill and it went. Yeah, but I turned off animal escape, so can't have it again. But the fence is still really tall. These are anteaters. Giant anteaters. I don't think their noses are classed as trunks because they're like long mouths, so they're not really trunks. And then you've got the sheep. I can't remember what. I these might be the Tamworth sheep, because they're a different type in Dudley Zoo, but I kind of wanted to make use of the farmyard pack a bit more, because I haven't had a chance to put any chickens in a park yet. Because that was the best thing from the farmyard pack. You think chickens would be in the base game? Apparently not. Here's the sloths. Just that you can see from the outside. Yeah, it's a walk-through exhibit, so you can go in. And there they are. Sloths are one of the highlights. If you see them, of course, they're quite shy a lot of the time. It would be nice if they had like a walk-through sloth exhibit like this. But yeah, they've got a baby in real life. So there are 3 of them, it's accurate. Yeah, because they grow really big in real life, you're quite surprised. And you hear the otters. Of course, they've got water, they've got a big mound at the back as well, because it kind of should be downhill, but there's some bits that, yeah, I couldn't make downhill, and it was just better to make them flat, so this is one of those areas. But I did put a mound at the back, so it kind of, as if they've got a lot of hill, but the glass has to go up there, so that again, they couldn't escape. And guess what? We've got birds. Means more kiki. Yeah. Definitely should have added some more different wild birds into this game. And again, just in this little aviary, more tropical birds, more colourful birds, more peacocks, because there's no like parakeets or anything like that, and I really wish there were. And if we go up this way, it brings us right back out to where the sea lions are. You can see the back of the castle just up there, all the chimneys. But if you take the path around this side, then you go to where the orangutans are. And this was a new enclosure fairly recently, and luckily you can actually see some there, a couple of them. They're normally sort of at the bottom half of the hill. They don't really use the older section very often, but that's quite accurate. I think it might be one of the biggest enclosures in the zoo, because it used to just have 3 arches with some climbing frames in the middle, and then they built this massive area for them. And yeah, you've got gibbons in here. These are really like noisy. I don't know if I've seen the gibbons at Dudley Zoo. I feel like because they're a different type of ape to that's why they don't really look as similar to humans as like chimps, orangutans and gorillas. But yeah, I'd love to know. I think the long arms are just from evolving to climb, but they always sort of as they're running. But yeah, they have a very particular sound. To them, and you can kind of hear them a lot. then this is the wild dogs. And they've got a bit of a viewing platform because they have like a zip line for meat. So they slide down. I'll just put some feeders around. But yeah, these are probably some of the most terrifying animals just because of how sort of vicious they are. Like, they don't spare anything, they're just like tearing apart a big chunk of meat. Looping back round to the orangutans, this is the older section. They only really use it if they need to go indoors, which when it's raining, orangutans don't like rain. You see videos of them and they'll like because they're normally given blankets, and they'll like put a blanket over their head and run indoors because they just don't like the rain on their fur. And yeah, you can see some of them in here now. And just next to the new section, they have got these like structures with the orangutans. I had to use chimp statues just because it was the closest like ape statue. But yeah, they're sort of supposed to look like climbing orangutans. But yeah, they put them in with the new area that they built a few years ago. Like, yeah, there's just so much more space now, especially now there's a couple of baby ones in real life. And over here you've got Lemur Wood, which has got another one of these structures. I had to build that one custom. And the guests can actually, there is a path, but they can just kind of wander around. There's supposed to be a path that they're following in real life. But yeah, the lemurs, it's one of these, the lemurs can just kind of walk freely. But then they have got some shelters and things. They can climb. And again, I think lemurs you see a lot, but it's nice that this has got like an actual walk-through area. And then here you've got the lions. Again, I think they might just be in the shelter. But this is like a big downhill enclosure. Yeah, there we go. They're both just sat there. Yeah, you don't see the lions very often really, but yeah, it's nice that they've got lions and tigers. you've got a good selection of big cats and apes at Dudley Zoo. That's something that's probably like the highlight, because there's even some variety from West Midlands Safari Park as well, which is a much more well-known sort of place around the country, whereas Dudley Zoo is more of a little local one, but it's actually really good. And you've got more of these little, I think they're pronounced capuchin, like the little monkeys that you could find elsewhere as well. But they're just kind of inside, like enclosed in the chimp enclosure, so they're separate, but the chimp enclosure's around there. Yeah, that's one of the chimps. Yeah, they have got a big indoor building. Yeah, they're not really going to be outside, I don't think. So yeah, you can go into the chimp house, and that's where you can get a better view. I mean, last time I went there, we were all just kind of indoors chilling out. There is another like aviary. This is a walk-through aviary, and again, it's got peacocks in it. Yeah, I mean, they do have peacocks at Dudley Zoo, but they're supposed to just be roaming around, not in enclosures. But yeah, there they are. Now we go into the chimp house, where you've got, well, chimps. Another one of my favourite animals. And they are our closest relative as well. Because we didn't evolve directly from chimps, but we did evolve from apes that were extremely similar to chimps. Yeah, they normally just sort of sit around on the logs, and they actually live a really long life, because some of them have been there since, like, I'm sure one of them's been there since the 70s in Dudley Zoo, and they're all female as well. And I'm pretty sure the game is sort of accurate to like animal groups, and you can just have an all-female group. I mean, I just sort of trade in just the first, I think I had 5 chimps in there, and I just sort of have the first 5 that come up, but yeah, these are supposed to be army ants, so they actually like carry the leaves through the tubes. You can see them all around, but yeah, I had to put again spiders in there because there's no ants. There should be ants really. Yeah, that's it. So we're now very much like on the lower level of the zoo, around the edge. There's a bit of a farmyard section, and then we basically just winded our way around to the entrance. And no, I haven't included the caterpillar coaster, because it'd be pointless having its own separate Planet Coaster map for a little junior coaster. I guess I could have built the structure of it, because I built it with caterpillars. But yeah, so you've got goats in here. Yeah, I didn't build the big barn building because I couldn't find any reference material. I was like, it's kind of just more exhibit animals. And yeah, you got the Tamworth pigs from the Barnyard Pack in here. I think it might have been here where I got the chance to stroke a pig. But I can't remember how, because I don't think it's just an open enclosure like that. Maybe you could at one point, or you can certain times, I don't know. You got reindeer, and I did a bit more of there's another, like, you'll see these Art Deco structures around, from when the zoo was first built. They basically repurposed them because, of course, it didn't used to be ethical. They used to do like polar bear shows and certain things, and yeah, zoos have moved on. You know, especially in the UK, I think they've changed. Yes, the zoo was created for animal entertainment purely, but now their models have moved to be conservation. I feel like the meaning of the word zoo has changed. And they are conservation, but they're also education and a chance for people to see animals they wouldn't normally see. Yeah, I think when they're well maintained, the zookeepers genuinely care. I think, you know, I think there is a place for zoos with the state that sort of animal welfare is at the moment with poachers and everything. But yeah, you've got camels, you've seen the reindeer with the sort of alpine building. Yeah, they do keep the Art Deco structures, they've just reused them as part of the enclosures now. And yeah, so I think there might only be one hump camels because there are a couple of different types, and I think there are a couple of different types in the game as well of different camel. And yeah, that brings us around, so the coaster should be on the right now, but it's a caterpillar. There's a fun house, there's a Dodgems and other rides, but yeah, it's not really worth its own map on Planet Coaster just for a caterpillar that I've done, so. But there we go, that's Dudley Zoo. You might have seen these structures as well, these are sort of dotted down the road as you're leading up to the zoo. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. First proper Planet Zoo video for a while, it's only the second one ever. We've got 2 more Planet Zoo projects coming up. Before then we've actually got a Minecraft Taskmaster one coming up, episode 2 straight after this. And then it's back to Planet Coaster with some custom parks and recreations throughout 2026.